Good evening, Miami. How's everybody doing tonight? So, we have some saucy news from John McClane, not the John McClane in Die Hard, but the other John McClane for the Houston Chronicle. He reports that Deshaun Watson could be going to the Miami Dolphins at any time. I personally thought this would be a possibility a couple weeks ago. There's a really good chance that I think just from the fact that Chris Grier and Brian Flores just have not done a good job in getting players on the team and actually getting the players that they have coached up. You can kind of tell this by the fact that the offensive line is switching up week to week. They don't have any kind of consistency on the offensive line. Their players are all over the place. Their running backs can't get any carries. They're too small. It almost seems like there's a disconnect in between what maybe Flores wants out of his team and what he's getting from Chris Grier. The first year that they were together, Chris Grier was actively trying to throw the season while Brian Flores was trying to prove his name as a coach, and he actually did. I mean, the team that he had was a horrible team, but they were overachievers, and they won 5 games. I personally thought they were going to win 10 games last year. Many people didn't, but I did, and I actually thought they would do really good this year. But that was kind of contingent with, hoping that our line play and we had a second year with these guys, and things would kind of come forward and they would do a good job. However, that hasn't been the case. Um, you know, Going out and getting Deshaun Watson is something that they should definitely think about. They only have 2 weeks left on the trade deadline. I believe it's like 13 days more or less. But getting Deshaun Watson, I think he's a top 10 quarterback. I don't put him top five. A lot of people say top five. I'm not necessarily there. I think he's probably in the 7 range, but still, that's good enough. I think like Tua's ceiling as a quarterback is probably uh, maybe top 15 quarterback. That's his ceiling. Like he's not he's probably around the 20 range. He can hit something here to week, and someone can say, "Oh, look at his quarterback ranking. He did a good job." That that was the Jaguars. You know, the Jaguars, the worst team. So saying that this guy got 300 yards on the worst team in football and has been the worst team for a long time. I mean, what'd you expect? Even it's the rushing. That was like one of the worst against the rushing. They can't stop a rush, and we still didn't rush on them. So why would I trade for Deshaun Watson? I trade for Watson because the guy is smart, and he's proven it. Saying that a Tua smart, you know, you're not that smart if you're 3rd and 2, you roll out of the pocket and you have a first down and you throw the ball 5 yards over someone else's head, your receiver's head, instead of just going and getting the first down. You have to have situational awareness, and he knew it after the play. You see him throw his hand on his helmet, and he got upset. But I mean, 3rd and 2 as a quarterback, you don't know when you have an open field in front of you, unless you have a guy sitting wide open and you hit him, for 20, 30 yards. But you walk and you get that first down. And he it's like he didn't know what to do and just completely blanked in the bed. Okay, basically. So Deshaun Watson, guy's smart. He's agile. He can move. Yes, he has a little bit of injury history too, similar to Tua. Actually, not similar to Tua. Tua's just been hurt every single year he's played football. He's been hurt. That's not the case with Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson can move around. He's tall. He can see over the line. Statistically, last year he was one of the best passers in the NFL with, a Will Fuller, put it that way. The guy that's, had like one catch. He's a great player, but I mean, I think he's played one game with the Dolphins, a partial game. So, a bright spot, but, best abilities, availability. And I guess you can say that about my guy, Preston Williams. But I think that getting Deshaun Watson is the best option for the Dolphins. I think they're going to do it. They say a drowning man will grab onto anything, and right now Chris Grier's drowning with his two back-to-back horrible years of first and second round picks. The only one that they've got decent out of it has been Davis. And it's not so much of the people they drafted; it's all the people that they missed. Steadily watching, being a Dolphin fan, and saying, "Hey, you got to have like the number one pick in order to get a good quarterback." No, that's not true. We had Lamar Jackson. We could have picked him. I think we got Minka Fitzpatrick that year. We could have had Herbert. We didn't want him. We didn't pick him. I mean, even going back, having Gus Farad as your quarterback and not picking Aaron Rodgers and picking a backup running back in Ronnie Brown. That's what we do here. But if we can't hit on our draft picks, and it takes draft picks to get Deshaun Watson, pull the trigger. Because right now, the Dolphin fan base, we're disinterested. There's going to be people on their boats, or there's going to be people for the last couple weeks of until November when it's cold and we don't want to get in the water, but we can care less. We're going to come up with other things to do. Go to an auto show, do something. We're not going to be watching Dolphin football. And this is a Dolphin fan. I've been a Dolphin fan forever. I've been a Dolphin fan since John Riggins was running over the Dolphins in the Super Bowl. I think it's possible. I think we can do it. They always say you draft a quarterback till you have a quarterback. Mac Jones is going to be a good quarterback. That guy's going to be good. I personally feel like we should have got Justin Fields. I would have took a shot and had both those quarterbacks compete, and whoever it is, I would have went with that quarterback, whether it be Tua and Justin Fields, and say, oh no, I wouldn't do that. Is Waddle really making that big of a difference? Yeah, he's catching balls, but this is this gives us supposed to be a guy who extended the field. He's a guy who's getting 7-yard completions. He's like a good Wes Welker. He can't get down the field. He's not. I haven't seen him shake anybody. They say he's elusive. I don't think he's very elusive. As from what I see, every time he catches the ball, he gets hit, and he doesn't get much that much yak. Yards after catch. So, let's go ahead and pull this trigger, Miami. Stephen Ross, you're 81 years old. I know you don't want to wait. I know you want to go ahead and make the move. You don't have time to keep rebuilding and keep doing things. Chris Grier, he needs to do something splashy besides just accumulate draft picks and screw it up when it comes draft day. Okay, make this move. Let's get a quarterback. Will there likely be a suspension if we do? Possibly. My personal opinion. Actually, I'm in a part of my career where I don't even want to give an opinion on that, but I just wouldn't, I would let the system play out. There's a reason why he hasn't gotten suspended yet, so there must be some people who have some kind of feeling towards what's going to be the outcome of this case. Let it play out. Deshaun Watson is a great talent. He's somebody that we could have got in the past. We could have jumped up to pick him, basically, and I wish we would have. And we jump up for many things, but we just didn't jump up for him. So let's see what they do. I doubt they'll do it before Sunday. This seems like something that would happen, that would need to happen on like a Monday of next week. Finish up the game, because you couldn't. I don't. They can't take him and then throw him in as starting quarterback, not knowing our system or anything, and expect him to jump in this week. Even if it were to go down tomorrow, that wouldn't happen. But I can see if they were to get him on a Monday and the trade happens, and if there's a three-way trade, um, I definitely see that they can make that happen. And he wants to come here, so why not take the chance? Now the ceiling of Deshaun Watson is high. That guy's got a high ceiling. That's the ceiling that Tua can't reach. Okay, so think about that. Yes. Also think about what could happen if he gets suspended. However, this is different circumstances than what some of those other players that have got suspended that's happened. So let me know what you think, Dolphin fans, on Twitter. Miami Hometown Sports. That's the Twitter handle. You can go on. You can follow what I got to say. Usually, lately, it's been a lot about Jerome Baker. But yeah, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good night.